So very recently, one of my students, she's in her second year of ISI Delhi. So she just texted me saying, ma'am, how should I go ahead and build my resume to stand out of my group of students and to kind of, get the best job opportunity? So what were the pointers that you kept in mind while going for your final placement?
Yeah, so during my final placement, I gave a lot of interviews from all the good companies, Standard Chartered, Citi, JPMC, UBS, and so on. So I would say that the thing that they're looking for, since you are a fresher, is not a lot of finance knowledge, but a good understanding of foundational probability and statistics. So there are a lot of good resources at ISI to study about these things, and also study about the interview questions that the companies have taken in the past. So definitely go through them. There are a lot of good internal resources on probability and statistics. And then they want you to have some good knowledge of econometrics, time series, cross section, and so on. And the lecture notes are very good resource for preparing for that. Then so these are the basics, and these are like table stakes. This is something that they expect from everyone. And then there are some additional features that you may want if you want to stand out from your batchmates. A good thing would be to work on some projects. Let's say some project in the domain of machine learning. Pick up a data set from Kaggle or a data set from UCI. There are many good resources where there are good data sets on machine learning, and work on a problem. Work on a prediction problem or something in Python, in R. So that will kind of demonstrate that you understand how to apply what you have studied to solve some kind of a real world problem. And you also have an understanding of tools like R, Python, and so on. And lastly, I would say a good thing would be to practice a little bit of communication skills, because they are also looking if you can explain technical things in simple manner. And they definitely put out a few questions where they ask you to explain technical things in very simple manner. So I remember during my interview, one of my interviews, the interviewer asked me, "Can you explain principal component analysis to me like you would explain to a 5 year old? How would you explain it?" So this is something that that would definitely help. So yeah, I think working on these three things would be good.
Right. Uh, Thank you. Thank you so much. Sorry, I missed out an important question before we end. So, Rahul, can you just tell about the interview experience, while you go ahead and give it at ISI? How is it? Do professors grill you a lot? And what kind of questions they ask there?
Okay, so like for entrance you're asking or for corporate placement?
For entrance.
So at my time I didn't have to appear for the interview because of the COVID. So I think then anyone like the recent
Love.
batch will be able to explain, or maybe Prajwal if he would have appear for the interview.
Yeah. So I think the interview process was kind of pretty standard. They give you a question and they give you 15 minutes of time to solve that question. And most likely one doesn't, one can't solve it in 15 minutes, but they give you 15 minutes of time, and then you have to take it to in front of an interview panel. There are 2 or 3 professors who ask you to explain your solution on the board, and they're very helpful. Like even if you are missing somewhere, they give you hints. They try to help you out to arrive at the solution. And then once you arrive at the solution, they are like they sit you for a casual chit chat, and then that's it. So I remember during my time, yeah. So during my time when I like explained my solution, the professor said me, take some colorful chalks, draw a diagram on the board, and explain through a diagram. I said there are no colored chalks here. So he said we don't keep colored chalks, man. What's up? So so I think that was quite funny. But yeah, so it's a good experience.
I mean, adding to that, like interviews, like I have never been appear for the interviews, but my juniors were there when I was in college. So what I saw is like it's very different from what, like, for when you go for an MBA interview, there are a lot of other things, and like UPSC interview, it's not like that. You go over there, they will ask a question like that, the type of question that you solve in exams and all. They will write a question on the board, and you have to go and solve the problem. That's it. This kind of interviews, I mean, usually happens over there. And yeah, that's what I have seen during my second year when my juniors were coming for the interview.
Got
And
it.
later on, I got to know that the question that we were asked during our interview, it was some sort of a small problem that one of the professors had in his research paper.
Yeah.
So, like, he was solving a bigger problem. It was part of a small problem. So he was like, "Let me outsource this to new candidates."
Good.
So,
I
yeah.
think that's really nice. Good,
Yeah.
good, nice to hear that.